adjourned. Are there additional citizen comments for today's meeting? Mr. Pat Vint. Good to see you. Up to 3 minutes.
Yes, I am Pat Vinn, and I don't want the staff to get away because this worked out perfect today. We have a quorum here, and we can make a decision one way or the other. And I got my recorder on, so there's not going to be anybody to say I didn't say that and I didn't say that. And John Rusnick has given me his time, so I have 6 minutes. Is that right, John? Give me my time. Anyway, Ray Dovalina was in the audience here, and now you're letting the director of planning and zoning get away too. I mean, this is a disaster. Now, I had an hour and 30-minute more meeting, John and myself, with Ray Dovalina, and I thought he was here because he should know he's going to get called up here for his opinion. And then planning and zoning department too. Now he disappears. So we have no way. Oh, he is here? Thank you. Now where's Ray Dovalina? He was here. Now I seen him pick up his phone, but anyway, I want to get to the item here. The citizen comment. We get to comment on anything we want. It's not like you're picking on Diane. Anyway, Barker. You see, there's a major problem here. You think that the citizens don't count, but we do. And you better start thinking that if there wasn't citizens, there wouldn't be a city. And if there wasn't a city, we wouldn't need a city manager. We wouldn't need a mayor. We wouldn't need all you council people. We wouldn't need 14,000 employees either. So I want to get to the point, but I want someone to get up here and answer my questions. Now, what we talked about today mostly with Ray Dovalina was 16th Street and El Camino. He couldn't explain to me today why they did what they did, other than they have the right to, because it's the city of Phoenix and he happens to be the acting director now of Streets Department. But we have the planning and zoning person here, so I want to ask him a few questions. Because what happened here back a few years ago, the planning and zoning made me and most every other person make grading and drainage plans before you can do any construction, which I had to do. And then they turned right around and developed 5 acres enough above Butler Drive, 16th Street. The planning and zoning didn't make them follow the grading and drainage plans, so we get a flood. So what do? They go down to El Camino because that flooded those houses after 100 years that they were or were not flooded. And he couldn't explain other than, well, they have the right to narrow the street if they want to. That's not right. They give all that property to the people on the west side of the road because there happen to be 2 big palm trees in the city right away. And the neighbor across the street is wanting to come down here and do something nasty, but I'm not going to mention the name. And he said, please don't mention his name because he's been picked on long enough. And that's true. Sooner or later, Bill Gates was involved in this because he was up there, looked at it. Now, Sal DeCiccio for the last couple of weeks doesn't show up. I don't know where he is, but, you know, the city charter states that if we can't get help from the help to the city of Phoenix, 14,000 employees, we have a right to go to our city council person. Well, somehow Bill got out of it, I guess, Bill Gates. Now Sal DeCiccio goes up to Butler. But he says, I mean, with John Rusnick, he said one rock like another rock, it don't mean nothing. In John's case, where they put the wrong size rocks. Well, John proved that to him today. You take 2 soft rocks, you rub them together, and a bunch of crap comes off of them. You take 2 good rocks that are made and designed quarter minus to put on roads and the highways or in driveways, you rub them together and nothing happens. You put them in acid, nothing happens. You put soft rocks in acid and you'll have look like a milkshake or something. What is that? crap that you drink, when your stomach's feeling bad. Anyway, I told Ray Dovalina that if he doesn't make a decision one way or the other, I personally am going to the Superior Court, the federal court, wherever it takes, take the city of Phoenix to court, because we're not treated equally. The city of Phoenix just decides, well, to hell with him, because he bitches all the time anyway, but we'll take care of him, and we'll take care of all the attorneys. Well, the city attorney that we had here before we had Mr. Brown, he quit because things got a little tough. Frank Fairbanks left because it got a little tough. But that was the other guy we had here, a city manager, walked off, quit the job after he got a raise. David Cavazos. Now they're getting $250,000 each. That's $500,000 that you're paying them, get nothing. And Ed over there is trying, but he's getting $315,000 a year, and he's not doing anything either other than sitting up there covering up for all the mistakes. And that's truth. I'll take you to court and I'll prove it. It's easy to do that. Now that's only 3 minutes. John's giving me history also.
No. That's a whole double amount. We already stacked it for you. Your time is up.
You mean that now that's all I get to say, and you bunch of kings and...
I think, Mr. Vint, thank you very much. I will actually, the only reason I allowed you to stack your time with John is because this is the first time I was confronted with that or ever had requested for additional time during citizen comment. I'll take a recommendation from members of the council about whether we should allow that in the future, but I wanted to err on the side of giving you extra time today. The next speaker during citizen comment is... Thank you very much, Mr. Vint. Mr. Vint, your time is up with citizen comment. All right, Beatrice Heron is next. Thank you, Mr. Vint. All right, Beatrice Heron is the next speaker for citizen requests, and then Dee Dee Barker will be following. Is Beatrice here? All right. Next, is Dee Dee still around? Dee Dee? It is your time for citizen comment.
Well,
up to 3 minutes. Great to see you.
at least here I have a phone. I've got to thank the mayor's office for it. One good turn deserves another. I was up there on the 11th floor today and looking at the agenda, and 2 men were behind me and they looked lost. And I said, may I help you? And they said, yeah, we need a lot of help. They swear, we're going to see the mayor. Well, they didn't know how to get to. I says, use the phone. Nobody answered the phone. I says, okay, then you go push a button. Anyway, I did that for you, and you did this for me, and thank you. And I think that it's exciting today to see that the City of Phoenix has a project. I attended a subcommittee meeting. Thelda Williams was there, and Kate Gallegos, and Valenzuela, and Gates was on the phone. And we approved through that subcommittee, an $82 million development where we're going to do some innovation and receive some revenues that will go to help pay for transit. It's over at the Central Station. Sounds very exciting. I said, yay! These are the kind of projects that we need more of. And after getting the real estate, I used to be in real estate for good over 20 years in Florida, in residential and commercial, so I kind of have an eye for that. And from Real Estate Exchange is that you can take a little molehill and make a mountain out of it, because I was told, oh, the city has just little parcels of real estate, but looking at it, there's a lot of real estate around the North Mountain Preserve. Okay, so that's a preserve. There's a lot of real estate at Rio Salado. I've been told, well, there's landfills down there and everything. And I says, yeah, and guess what? There are places around the world that have taken dumps and made luxury developments. I think that there's a big potential. I heard that $3 million is what the city's expecting from the sale of their lands. I don't think that they've factored really what I have seen from the new blood here, from Kate Gallegos, Laura Pastor, interested in revenues of the potential that we have. And you know, I just want to say that Channel 5 at 5:30 is going to have this gal that does cartwheels that got banned from MAG meeting. And, you know, people are kind of chuckling, but, you know, I had a message. I say, multimodal, it feels good. They go, well, why would you want to do that cartwheel? I said, just as a proof. I says, I've been through a lot of problems where, you know, 5 years ago, I couldn't even do this. And the dam broke in Tempe. They're talking about that in Tempe. Well, that was actually in July of 2010, and that was the day I got hit by an SUV downtown Phoenix. And I just wanted to let people know that moving is good, and I'd like to see more of our mayors. And Frank Fairbanks, the city manager, used to walk over at MAG to have some of the mayors that go to those meetings. We pay for their gasoline, their parking, their food, and everything. I'd like to see them do multimodal. It feels good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other speakers who would like to speak at citizen comment? All right, we're done. Thank you very much.